Hi there, my name is Madeleine and I'm a policy officer for Slow Food, and today I'm going to show you around and show you what it's like to be me for a day. So usually I'll start the day by having a nice breakfast at home and a homemade cappuccino, and then I'll usually take some emails or calls from home. But if my colleagues are going to be there, it's always nice to go to the office as well, see everyone, and it feels like it's a lot easier to work from the office for me. And usually I have breakfast while listening to the news, so that's what you can hear right now. So I'll usually start by checking some emails, see if there's anything urgent that I need to respond to, but also while finishing my morning coffee, usually just check Twitter. It'll give you, I think, quite a balanced view of the news. And also I use Twitter a lot for work. Obviously, a lot of the advocacy and policy work is being done on Twitter. It's a great way to call out to decision makers. You can tag them and then they can see people mobilizing and see your key messages. And it's bread baking time. So ever since the start of the pandemic in March 2019, I did what a lot of other people have done, and I started making sourdough bread. There's something really peaceful about it. It's really kind of therapeutic in a way. And 1 hour later, here we are. A beautiful sourdough bread to start the day. So I live in the European neighborhood of Brussels. We can see part of the European Commission. And now we're going to take you to the European Parliament, and we're going to cycle there. So now we're in front of the European Parliament, which is one of the three big major institutions in Brussels that governs how the European Union works. In 2017, the European Parliament voted to reduce food waste by 50% by 2030, compared to the levels in 2014. So there is the willingness to act. But we need to continue putting pressure and showing that EU citizens want a new food system that isn't based on food being treated like a commodity, but on food that is good for the planet, for the people who grow it, and for the people who eat it. And now it's just a few blocks away from work, so let's get to the office now. And here we are in the Slow Food office in Brussels with our colleagues Alice, our communications officer, and Marta Mesa, from our director from Slow Food Europe. What does it mean to be a food policy officer for Slow Food in Brussels? The way that we're farming food is unsustainable, the fact that there is so much food waste, the fact that there are people who aren't getting access to proper and nutritious food in good enough quantities. We don't have a sustainable food system right now, and we need that to change. And therefore, my job as a policy officer is to raise the concerns and the ambitions of our slow food network across Europe to the EU institutions and to contribute to the debates that are happening here. Slow Food works with a lot of other organizations that are also from the environmental sector or public health sector, farming sector, animal welfare, for example. And we join forces to put pressure on the EU institutions to deliver on a better and more sustainable food system. The way that we do this is often through joint letters that we send to EU decision makers, or we organize mobilizations, sometimes in front of the European Parliament or the Council of the European Union. And we also do joint, for example, online campaigns or in-person campaigns. And of course, for us, the aim is for the EU to deliver on a more sustainable food system that provides food that is good for the planet, good for people who eat it, and good for farmers. So now, after work, it's time to go to the store to buy some groceries for dinner and for the rest of the week. So this is my favorite grocery store. It's called Brut by Farm, and everything that they sell inside is packaging free. And here their slogan is, "Let's change the world by eating." The concept of this store is that you obviously bring all your own packaging, your own fruit and veggie bags. You can bring your own containers and get honey, but also, my favorite, almond butter. They even sell spices. feel like I'm doing a good thing by buying produce that is produced locally, that I'm not using a ton of plastic for all the packaging, and honestly it just tastes really good, so it's always a feel-good moment. I'm back at home now after a full day's work. Tonight it's gonna be leftovers, and then I'm gonna go and get a drink with some friends. Leftovers never look really good, but that's how you know that it's gonna be yummy. It's just missing the final touches. For my little garden, a few basil leaves. And I even have a zucchini. Look at that. Just finished eating dinner. Now I'm gonna go and have a beer with some friends in the center of town to celebrate the start of the weekend. Thanks so much for watching this little video. I hope that it gave you a little insight into what it can be like to be a food policy officer in Brussels. See you soon.